Hi, this is Chris Monroe from CF Production, back again in this video to discuss the ways to overcome gear acquisition syndrome. Now we understand the stages of gear acquisition syndrome, we can work out how we're going to recover from it. Here are the 7 ways you get rid of the dreaded gas and save money in photographer's perspective by David, the founder of Photopedia.com. Tip number 1. Embrace what you have. Think back to when you first bought your current camera and try to remember how excited you were at the time, how everything felt new, and how you were eager to learn how to use it. If that doesn't work, go back and reread some of the reviews that first convinced you to buy the gear in the first place. If you can recapture some of the excitement of that initial gear purchase, you'll find that your desire to own something new starts to slide away. And now that for every person who has a better camera than you, there are plenty of people there who would love to have a camera or gear that you own. Embrace what you have and be grateful. Next, use what you have and go out, take some wonderful photos. Tip number 2. Try using one camera and one lens. Having too many choices can make the photography experience more stressful. As a result, we tend to overthink what we do and end up missing shots or the opposites. We overshoot and our photos end up being bland, boring, and lifeless. Try for a week or even a month using one camera and one lens. This will force you to think differently. You'll need to be creative and use your feet more, but you'll also start thinking about what you're doing and slow down. Tip number 3. The 365-day challenge. Have you ever tried taking a photo every day for a year? Or delaying yourself to buy a new gear for a year? Now, the thought alone may seem daunting, but if you're committed to getting over your gas and nothing else is working, then you're going to have to try something new. This year-long photography project will take real commitment, but it can also be a great way to develop your photography skills, have some fun, and boost your creativity at the same time. This challenge will push you out of your comfort zone, change the way you see things, and make you kick up the butt. Then this is the challenge to do it. And by doing such, you will be forced to delay the purchase of new gear. Tip number 4. Spend money on experiences, not camera gear. While buying a new camera or expensive lens may be satisfying for a short while, the enjoyment always fades, and we find ourselves back in the same place looking for the next purchase to keep the feeling going. You tell yourself, if I only had this lens or that lens, that's all I need to complete my photography kit. This is the biggest problem with gear acquisition syndrome, the belief that we always need more. If this sounds anything like your current situation, then rest assured there's a better way to spend your money and keep that feeling alive. Stop buying gear and start buying experiences. Instead of spending $2,000 on a camera, look at what else you can buy. Here are a few suggestions for what you can get for $2,000 or less. Take a trip to a near city that has interesting landscapes. Surprise your partner with a romantic weekend dinner. Visit the national parks. Visit the theater or opera. Surprise visit your parents. Take a photography course. Pay a visit to a charity organization. Weekend in a 5-star hotel. The fact is that the thrill of purchasing camera gear quickly fades, but the joy and memories from experiences can last a lifetime. And your current camera is still good enough to capture any of this incredible experience. Next time you're feeling a bit down, or you think your photography is lacking in some way, and you have the sudden urge to buy new gear, think about how your money can be better spent on experiences instead. Tip number 5. Stop visiting gear forums. This one is obvious, yet people continue to do it. Can someone please tell me what someone could possibly learn in a gear forum that you don't already know? Seriously. If you spend an unhealthy amount of time on gear forums, then you know what you need to do. It's quite possibly the worst way to spend any spare time you have. If you are happy with your gear, then there should be no reason to go near them. I think at times we overly concern ourselves with what other people think, yet the only person that matters is you. Add the forum or website addresses to your blog websites by downloading an add-on for Firefox and Chrome. Looking at reviews of cameras and lenses will make you want to spend your money. Tip number 6. Set photography goals. Another awesome way to overcome your gas is by setting goals. We get to a certain level and then have no idea what direction to go or how to go beyond where we are, so we end up buying new gear because we think it's the solution. Buying gear can give us short-term happiness, but in order to feel truly fulfilled, we need to know and feel like we're working to achieve something. Setting yourself photography goals will help you grow and expand, pushing you to transform and improve you in ways that you never imagined. Tip number 7. Rent the gear instead. If any of the above doesn't change your mind about buying whatever it is you're after, then this may do the trick and save you money. Whether it's the latest high-end camera, a professional zoom lens, or even a vintage film camera, it's important to remember that there are ways to get access to photography equipment without making a purchase. If you search online, you'll find plenty of companies that will rent you all sorts of photo gear that you could only dream about getting your hands on before, for a fraction of what it's worth. So you might think to rent goes against the end goal. But the best thing about renting is that before you make a huge investment, you can test the gear out and decide for yourself whether it is as good as you think it is. So those are the 7 steps on how to overcome your gear acquisition syndrome. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe or like this video. Once again, this is Chris Monroe from the CF Production. See you in my next video. Peace.